Okay, so now we're going to do the tunnel throttle. This being the obvious choice, a throttle meaning don't take the obvious, flick towards me and take the non-obvious side of the object. In this case, it's a tunnel, but that's what a throttle is, in case you weren't sure. And so that's what we're looking for. Okay, so this is pretty good. I think you do a nice job here. The only thing I'd really change that I'd like to see a little bit better is you see how you really are showing strong decel now to come towards you, which is good. You see how Baxter takes the jump in that direction, lands, and then has to come around. See that? The reason is because we could just be a little bit earlier with our hard deceleration. So he needs to know, if I look at Baxter, Baxter's leaving right now, and this is when you're telling him, but he's already taking off. So that train is rolling, right? The ship has sailed. So see how your body is right now? See how you're saying like hard decel and you're going to turn? The way that your body is right now, your body should be doing that when Baxter's like here. Because imagine if you were now crouched down saying, hey, take that jump in a tight turn towards me, hard deceleration, then he should have been able to then put another extra check stride in there and take the jump much better. Now, the reason I'm getting picky about that is not because I care about the half a second that he wasted running on like this. It's because, again, big picture, this just like our last feedback, big picture here, the more we can be clear and consistent with our dogs, the more we can tell Baxter, hey, every time before you take that jump, I'm going to tell you where you're going and where you're going to need to land. If we can be accurate that way, then you will develop a stronger trust and more speed on his part, which will then also translate to longer distances for you to do things like send to the tunnel this way from further back, and just send to jumps and develop a little bit more distance and longer commitment. And that's what we want out of him. And the reason that, so if we can be consistent where he knows, hey, mom's always going to tell me where I have to go. We never want him to take a jump thinking one thing is going to happen only to redirect him. So I'm getting picky with you here because you get it. You know, you get the tunnel throttle here. But that's what we're trying to do here, is to really work on all these little things, big picture. That reward, that is exactly what I was talking about before on our last feedback. That's what I want. So that one is good. He got it on his line. That's what we want. This reward, not the previous one. Every time you do a reward, when he gets paid on his line, he gets paid for running on his line. Every time he stops, looks at you, and then you pay him, you take away some of that independence. So that one was good. We'll keep rolling with the long front cross now. So again, like the serpentine, if we're going to do a front cross, whenever we're front crossing, we always got to get far downstream. Not so much all the time with rear crosses, but with front crosses, sure. And see how you go in here a little deeper than I think you need to. Also, it means that not only do you go deeper, but then you also have to run back out around outside these wings. You're making it more difficult on yourself. And I think you do have the tunnel send distance. I think you could have done that from back here. So that would put you further downstream here. We do a little hippity hop there. We want to try to avoid that. We want to use our 4 steps of our front cross to move downstream, 4 big steps running downstream. But it's not super easy. You probably would have to practice that a bunch. But you are successful here. You do get it. And Baxter does a real nice job. So he takes the jump, looks, yeah, stops, and then get paid. We want to avoid that, remember. like I've been mentioning. I get it that that's a tough spot in the corner there to pay him on his line. But as best as we can, try to figure out a way to avoid that, especially with Baxter at this point in his career. But nice job. You do nail that front cross. You do get it. You do a nice job of there. I'm just getting pickier and pickier as you get better. I'm going to keep getting pickier. Nice job.